for their support of the panel. Mr. LAU Kwok-fan will address the Council on the report of the panel on Home Affairs 2019-20. President, in my capacity as chairman of the HAP, I'd like to highlight the key work of the panel during this legislative year. This year, the panel received views from the public and deputations on the promotion of football development in Hong Kong. Members are of the view that the government should encourage more commercial sponsorships for football clubs and matches. A motion was passed urging the government to introduce additional tax allowance for enterprises sponsoring local football. Members also urged the administration to accelerate the building of public football pitches for training and matches, and for the public to engage in football activities. Some members opined that the Hong Kong Football Association should communicate with different football stakeholders and provide additional channels for football players and fans to add their views on the development of football in Hong Kong. The panel supported the government in amending the pleasure grounds regulation with a view to effectively controlling the noise nuisance caused by singing and performances in public pleasure grounds managed by the LCSD. The administration accepted members' views and submitted proposed amendments, including prohibition of acceptance of rewards for performance. The authority is also empowered to specify the requirements that one should comply with when singing and performing, and increase the penalty to achieve the deterrent effect. On the culture, leisure, and art fronts, the panel supports the allocation of $900 million to the Arts Development Matching Grant Scheme to foster a culture of donation for arts and help widen the financial sources of arts groups. Members believe that the COVID-19 pandemic will affect the ability of arts groups to raise private donations and sponsorships. Members urged the government to strengthen support for arts groups and help the arts and cultural sector to achieve sustainable development against the economic downturn brought about by the pandemic. The panel also discussed the review of the BMO Building Management Ordinance. Members urged the administration to formulate the relevant amendments to address public concerns on building management. The government said the government will introduce the amendments as soon as possible in the new term. At present, the government has published codes of practice, guidelines, and checklists for adoption by OCs and owners. So I speak.
Mrs. Regina Ip will address the